Hey, Brian here. Thanks for joining me for another video. A couple of weeks ago, I made a video talking about the refinance boom, and in that video, I talked a little bit about some of the problems that I see specifically with that refinance boom. And fast forward here to this week, and now we're in kind of the middle of July 2021, and it's definitely starting to surface that there are some serious problems in the mortgage industry. Recently, and we're going to talk about this. Excuse me while I take my phone call. And we're back. Always take a phone call in real estate. You know, you never know who's going to be on the other end of the line. As a full-time realtor, it can be frustrating when you call people and they don't pick up the phone. But unless I'm in the middle of something or talking with someone, I always pick up the phone. Good rule to follow. Anyways, let's get back to it. The refinancing. So it has come to light that there are definitely some issues here within the mortgage industry. And specifically, the one that came across the wire here over the past couple of days deals with Quicken Loans. And there's a class action lawsuit now against Quicken Loans. And basically the suit claims that they lied. And I kind of sniffed this out couple of months ago. I'm looking at the numbers. I'm like, none of this makes sense. The numbers just don't add up based off of current market conditions. So there is a lot more risk out there in the banking industry than people are willing to admit. The banks know it. Some investors know it. Now it's starting to come out to the general public that there is a problem out there, or it's not necessarily a problem, but there is, on the surface, it looks a lot rosier than it is. So let's go ahead and jump into it and talk a little bit more about this specific issue with Quicken Loans. Also, if you are enjoying this video, please make sure that you smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for additional notifications. All right, so this is an article from the housingwire.com. That's a real estate website, and it says shareholder suit accuses Rocket of deceptive disclosures. Lawsuit is second such action in as many weeks. A shareholder sued Rocket Mortgage, the Detroit-based mortgage behemoth, for allegedly making misleading disclosures to conceal adverse market conditions. The class action seeking lawsuit, which was filed in the Eastern District of Michigan Southern Division, alleges that Rocket was aware of factors that were already taking toll on its business while touting its future performance to investors. It also accused Rocket founder and former CEO Dan Gilbert of concealing adverse market conditions from the public when he sold $500 million in company stock in March. And that is right around the time that I started realizing that there are definitely some issues out there in the mortgage industry. And lo and behold, he cashes out. So I think Dan Gilbert, it's tough to prove, but I think there are going to be some real bona fide arguments here in defense of this lawsuit. The lawsuit names Rocket as well as Jay Farner, Rocket CEO, Julie Booth. I'm just going to kind of fly through here. Defendants. Okay, so the defendants, the lawsuit alleges, presented a misleading picture of Rocket's business, risks, and future financial prospects. Aaron Emerson, a spokesperson for parent company Rocket Company, said the case was, quote, a work of fantasy and completely without merit. Well, I guess we're going to have to see about that, but I think it probably does have some merit. When people cash out, when executives cash out, and then things don't turn out the way that they had hoped, that is definitely suspect because, again, they have access to a lot more information than individual investors have. Emerson added that any claims that Rocket has not been transparent and truthful in all of its public communications are false and spurious. Ooh, big word. Rocket companies will hold accountable anyone who makes false statements and attempts to tarnish the name of our company, or diminish the hard work of our 26,000 team members, said Emerson. The lawsuit filed by Michigan-based law firm Pomerantz argues that Rocket concealed its battle for market share in the wholesale channel and played down the trend of tightening gain-on-sale margins. So they are competing for market share, and I talked about this about a month ago in that video. In fact, why don't I pull this up here? I can pull up the chart that we looked at last time, and this is a chart with the top 10 refi home mortgage lenders, and you can see Quicken Loans makes up a big chunk of this. So they are fighting for market share, and these loans are not necessarily the most credit-worthy borrowers. So the risk profile of those refinances is very different than perhaps some other banks, and it's probably a little, if not a lot, riskier than some of the other portfolios that these companies have. To prove that Rocket knew more than it was letting on, plaintiff Owen Arendt, who until May was a software quality engineer for the company, seized on statements Booth made during its first quarter results earnings call. Rocket's chief financial officer, Julie Booth, admitted that the decline of gain on sale margins began at the end of Q1, the lawsuit says. I'm not going to go through all of this here, but we'll just kind of fast forward to the end. The lawsuit seeks a jury trial, damages awarded for the loss in share value, and court fees. And Quicken is taking a beating in the stock market right now. So what do you think? Is this the tip of the iceberg? Are there others, other companies that are in similar situations? Is Quicken the only one? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Please place a comment below and let me know what you're thinking. If you did like this video, make sure that you smash that like button and subscribe for additional videos. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.